Hello everybody, Andy here from Glass Half Dead, and we've just had the live stream from Warhammer, all about Hivestorm. We've seen everything. We know some things. We've seen the terrain. We've seen all of the 22 operatives. We've even had a few talks about what their rules are. So I sat through the actual preview stream, and I will tell you what they revealed in there because, of course, if you watch the stream, they don't put everything there onto the Warcom article. So first we're going to go through the Warcom article because we get to look at pictures and people like visual pictures. So there you go. And then I will read through my notes that I took where I can tell you, oh, where am I? I can tell you what they said about the actual mechanics and the rules. I'm tiny. Love it. Cool. Let's go. Where is it? Here we go. Right. The Warhammer preview show Operation Hivestorm descend from the skies into the next great leap for Kill Team. Minor aside, oh no, you can't see me now, I'm too small. We'll talk about it later, don't worry. Let's go. So, there's so much here. I'm going to skip as much as I can. You should go and read the article, there you go. Anyway, here, we see, let me make sure you can see it. Yeah, you can. Great, I love it. So, we can see here, this is what we're getting. We are getting that kind of classic Imperial world look. Yes, I would rather it was Xenos, not gonna lie. The fact that we had what are they called, Tau in here, man, I'd have loved some official Tau terrain, not gonna lie. It's what it is, fine, whatever. I'm disappointed, but new terrain just for Kill Team. I'm hyped anyway. Let's go. So obviously we seem to have 10 11. No, so you've got 10 Scions plus a turret, and then you've got 10 Vespids plus a mini drone. I love drones. Just throwing it out there. Love drones. We also get the official artwork. We see we've got the kind of the Scion mask on the left, and then we got an action scene on the right. And then I like the packaging. It's got more of a darker look because the majority of this, over half it looks like, is actually just a black background. It's nice. Makes it look stand out. Cool. Let's keep going. So, this isn't just a new expansion, it's the launch of a whole new edition of Kill Team, the fast-paced game of Spec Ops skirmishes. Updated rules make it even easier to pit your squad of elite specialists against the best galaxy. Warcom isn't going to tell us anything good about that. I will go to my notes to let you know what they say. Let's take the models first. So, obviously, we had seen the leaks already of the standard soldier. That was a big whoopsie from Warcom, but now we get the official stuff. Awesome. We've got a Tempestus, that's a leader. We are going to assume it can also be taking a hotshot pistol and a plasma pistol and a chainsword, but you never know. It's a new edition. Maybe they don't want to have multi loadouts. Maybe they want to say your leader gets this. Deal with it. Who knows? We then see a gunfighter. Now, while we have the gunfighter up, FYI chaps, notice that its pistols have quite a large magazine there. Sorry. Yeah, no, it's a magazine, not a clip. I thought I said the wrong thing. So they were actually talking about the way Scion hotshot Hellgun, because I'm old, Hellguns used to work. So if you look at the current Scion models, they have going from their power pack to their gun, a cord, an energy pack thing. Because these guys are the drop troops, they need to go lightweight. They can drop in, instead of having a cord that tangles up in your legs or your arms or whatever and kills you because you're in war. They can go in, have these packs, these enlarged packs on their guns, shoot them, and then once those have worn off, they can then swap over to their cords for when they're just doing regular Scion work. But cool, there you go. Who doesn't love some hot lore? We see here we've got a melter. That there to me looks like the sniper because it's got the extended scope. I'm going to guess. The marksman. Indeed. I should have read the word marksman before I started trying to guess what its gun was. That's my bad. We get the precursor. They talked quite a bit about this. Yes. You know what? Whilst they're here, I'm gonna try and remember what they were. So the gunfighter. You're able to shoot 2 different targets. That was the main thing. And you can shoot in combat. Very cool. I like it. Quick question, everybody. Hey, if you're a subscriber to the channel, I'd like to give you a big double hello. I still don't have the sound. I'm so sorry. For your comment, what is your colour scheme on these Scions going to be, and the Vespid? For me, Scions, Tempestus Scion. Sorry, they're Scions. They're not Tempestus Scions. They're Scion Aquilons. Whatever. I think I'm actually going to go glass half dead. Blue and black. So their fatigues will be blue, armor black. There you go. Trim. Don't know. Hey, drop me a comment. What colour should their trim be? Please help. I cannot paint to save my life. Okay. Marksman, didn't say anything about that. Gunner, didn't say anything about that. Precursor, so this is like a total assassin. So you can hot drop into combat with an enemy and you get to hit twice before they get to react. So absolutely insane. Grenadier, he's got a melter bomb, so that's going to be mad when you pair it alongside hot dropping in. I'll discuss what hot dropping in means in a moment. Sorry. Then we get the troopers. We've kind of already seen these, except they had the name Soldat, and we get the other troopers. Very nice. And then we get the servo sentry. So they can take a hotshot Valley Girl. Yep. A flamer or a grenade launcher. Very cool. Right, back to the Tempester. So Elliot on the stream spoke a little bit about what these chaps can do. Chaps, Chapesses and Chapai. And that is, they hot drop in. So a third of your models have to start on the board. Let's assume, because you get 10 models in there plus the servo, so you've got 11 models, so 4 start on the board, whether you have to round up, round down, who knows. So you can drop in 6 guys. And he was mentioning something about zeroing in on the target, and you have different blips. And at one point you have to remove one of the blips, and then the longer the game goes, the more accurate you are to drop on these blips. Don't know how that's going to work, obviously, but sounds cool. And the fact that he specified that the Precursor will be the only one able to drop into combat range obviously means that most of the others won't be able to. So there will be some sort of limit on that, but from the sound of it, you will be able to drop into pistol range or grenade range. So interesting. However, they don't say none of these guys have fly. So these jetpacks they have are just controlled falling. It doesn't sound like anyone gets fly. Doesn't sound like anyone's going to do any funky movement shenanigans. It's just, this is how you enter. This is how you deploy. That's what you get. Cool. I think that was about all. Right. Like their fellow Scions, Aquilons are equipped with finely wrought carapace armor and armed primarily with hotshot las weapons, or hail guns if you're cool, or old. Same thing. Most commonly hotshot las carbines. Yes, they had mentioned las carbines, implying that implying it was more for narrative reasons, but maybe they're also going to tie that in because, of course, Kill Team does try to tie its narrative into the rules. So maybe a las carbine will get like 1 extra shot but do 1 less crit damage, something like that. Who knows? They hit much harder than the standard Imperial las gun. Yes. Their preferred strategy of dropping right into the middle of enemy lines requires intense close combat quarters training. Blah 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 blah. Cool. They put their skills to the test on Vulcus. They mentioned that. They talked about. I'll go to the notes for that. But basically, that is Hivestorm's this year's Killzone is Killzone Vulcus. Cool. Then we get the Vespid Stingwings, the Sky Blast, the Strain Leader, the Long Sting, the Swarm Guard, the Shade Strain, and then Warriors. Oh, you know what? Looking at these guys up close, that's not bad. They look pretty okay. Oh, and then an Oversight Drone. Now, okay. So, what they explained for the core rules for this team was something called Communion Points. That means that you, the player, the person you're kind of acting as the Tau Overseer, the Tau Oversighter man person. That is the commander for this squad because you're looking through their kind of Tau tech. and they generate communion points. And then if you want to do something that isn't the most basic thing you can do, you have to spend your communion points. So they specifically said that you can only shoot the closest models. Presumably you can also only charge the closest models, although these guys don't look like they're going to want to charge, let's be honest. The whole team has fly, and if you want to do a mission action of some sort, then you would also have to use a communion point. So that could mean really going to be interesting for Into the Dark, right? How are you opening doors? Are we even playing Into the Dark anymore? Who knows? That's going to be a weird one, let's be honest. Cool, fine. They didn't really mention too much about the weapons here, except... So the Swarm Guard there, that's a flamer. That's a Tau flamer, I know, because I have the Crisis Battlesuit box right here. That is a Tau flamer. I don't have a problem. Why do you ask? Why are you saying that? However, the Sky Blast, I think it was the Sky Blast they said, it has basically kind of a... It's basically a grenade launcher, except wherever the shot lands, you know, the enemy, whatever, presumably you place a token within 1 inch, and then that token becomes an irradiated token, and so anyone that goes within it will take damage. And of course, if you can, shoot once a turn, Overwatch once a turn, it's going to have Blast, isn't it? So you won't be able to Overwatch with it. But either way, you'll be able to shoot potentially 3 times, so you could have 3 of these markers out there. Nice. All right, let's keep going, because we've got to talk about terrain, like OMG. Slay Queen. So, we kind of knew what was coming for the teams. Let's talk terrain. What do we feel? How are we vibing? First things first, let's look at this. What on earth is on this board? Gosh. We see ladders. That's interesting. They look movable. Does that mean we're going to be able to move ladders in some way? He also mentioned something about strongholds. It sounded super narrative and fluffy to me, so it's probably, you know, look, these guys have to pretend that narrative is part of the game, so whatever. If it's just, you know, like, oh yeah, no, these are 2 buildings and they just work as normal, then fine. Maybe there's a narrative mission where they're called strongholds or whatever, but like, yeah. Oh, equipment? No, that's going to come later, sorry. Anyway, this looks to me, if I'm honest, like a very... This is what I expected. There you go. That's the best way I can put it. I think that Octarius was really, really cool because nobody expected it. Nobody expected orcs. Nobody expected that kind of vibe. This feels like 40k terrain. Sorry, I mean, this feels like Warhammer terrain, right? Which obviously a lot of people want. And I have no doubt that this will play well. Okay, that's not what I'm discussing here. We see plenty of vantage points. We see one with 2 stories. So, like, this looks like it will be good to play on. And, like, these buildings that are complete, I assume don't have to be complete, and we'll be able to make them, like, half and half. So we actually have quite a lot of terrain, it looks like. Which, again, you would expect from a launch box, right? But... I don't know. Okay, you know when Games Workshop does a new Space Marine model and they just tell you the name of it and it's like, oh, you don't need to show me the model now. I know what that's going to look like. That's this terrain. You know? This is Imperial Ruins. Cool, thanks. To be clear, awesome. I'm really looking forward to it, but it is what I expected. And therefore, I'm a touch disappointed. Let's keep going. So the core book and Hivestorm dossier. We get both of these in the Hivestorm core box, the launch box. That's cool, as you would expect. Be really weird if you didn't get those. They mentioned the Hivestorm dossier is basically what we would expect from the last edition. You know, you get like your Chalnath book, and that's got your Pathfinders and your Sisters Novitiates. Hivestorm, exactly the same. You get some narrative missions, and you get your Aquilons and your Vespid Stingwings. Cool. Oh my god, how did I not start this by saying, sorry, they said all team rules are free. That passed me by. I was going to get to that in the bullet points. Should probably talk about that now. So presumably, these are going to be free. We don't have to buy the Hivestorm dossier to get the rules. AKA, we don't have to use third-party websites to get the rules because nobody was buying this just for the rules. Really cool. Really nice. It makes so much sense. I don't know why they wouldn't do that already. Nice, cool. Upgrades and accessories. Look at this bad boy. What's going on here? This is a lot of stuff. And, if I may, what's this, chaps? 1, 2, 3, 6. What? I'm going to have to redo my channel. You absolute knobheads. I invested in shapes, guys. It has not paid dividends. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so actually looking now, this ladder here looks exactly like these ladders. Oh, and actually now that I look closer, you see that looks like a smoke grenade. So upgrades and accessories, we're getting barricades. And then, well, I assume everything else here is going to be narrative. We need, who knows, right? They had to make, oh, shit. You know what I've just seen? Look at the barricades. Zoom in. Okay, this is the front of a barricade. You see that bad boy? Cool. That's what you'd expect. Now look down here. Look at that. Look at that. They've added a foot to the barricade so it won't fall over. Stocks in blue tack are plummeting, but that's fine. That's probably a good decision. I'm going to be honest with you. Anyway, I assume the rest is all narrative, so we don't really need to worry too much about it. Although, obviously, they've given you that smoke token, so you can probably use that, I guess, if you want. Nice. Very nice. And then we get approved ops. That is exactly what you would expect. Approved ops is the competitive pack that we're all going to be using. However, in the last edition, they gave you kind of just a pack of tac ops, and then later gave you the crit ops, the approved ops pack. Now, they've cut out the middleman. There's no kind of basic tac ops. And then if you want, you can play these advanced approved ops. Now it's just approved ops. Cool. That makes sense. Because before it was a bit of a weird product journey, if I'm honest. Right. Also, looking at this token sheet. They have changed. So, these, what are they called? Order tokens used to be triangles. Now they seem to be like semicircles. So it will actually fit the base. Lovely. They might have already done that now that I think about it. I haven't paid much attention to the token packs, if I'm honest, because I have all my tokens. However, what do we see here? What do we see here? Rulers. Widgets. So perhaps we see the widgets here in the accessory pack, and we see them here. So we're going to get both of these in Hivestorm box, but maybe it's weird. Maybe later down the line, once Hivestorm is no longer there, when we get a starter box, we're not going to get everything in the starter box. I don't know, right? I'm just guessing. Also, I noticed this. What do you think? Okay, looking at this pack, what do you see? What do the objectives count up to? 1, 2, 3, 1. It's weird. Surely it should be 4, 5, 6, right? Why do you want 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3? I mean, this is a different number, but oh, so it's probably just the other side, right? Like they're showing us the reverse side. They flipped it, so one side is 1, and then flipped, it's like off and on. Where's 4, 5, 6? And that's the end of it. Lovely. Right. Let's quickly go through my notes to make sure we haven't missed anything. Very quickly, very quickly. Okay, okay. Good stuff. I did get a little bit sweary on my Discord with the notes. I'm going to be honest, so I'm going to skip the times I swear at them. So, Hivestorm kill zone for the year called Volcus, 2 dominant strongholds, new equipment update pack, universal equipment, available for everyone. So that was obviously the things we just saw there. They mentioned barbed wire, mines, the ladders, everything we saw. Again, I assume most of that's going to be narrative, so whatever, but cool that they're supporting the narrative players, because obviously there are a few of them. 2 of them. Approved ops, new mission pack, seasonal. Yep, so we're going to get a new one of those every year. That's fine. I'm okay with the card pack a year. Seems acceptable. Core book, Hivestorm dossier, rules for 2 teams plus narrative airborne assault. They did specify that's what this Hivestorm's narrative was going to be, airborne assault, right? Which obviously with these 2 teams makes total sense. And they kind of emphasize accessibility is important. All faction rules available for free day 1. Really awesome. Core rules, then advanced. So they were then discussing kind of the rule book. So the core rules are going to be in there. And then you're going to get advanced rules after the core rules. We don't really know what that means, but they said it. So I've repeated it for you. I assume it's going to be like a designer document or something. So like core rules. And it's just going to be super simple, super basic language. And then designer commentary saying, hey, you know where we said this? Let me explain it in full, sort of thing. Oh, right. They're also putting the kill back in kill team. So, obviously, at the moment, if you want the kill back in kill team, you have to play Seek and Destroy, which is where you have to kill operatives to score your tac ops. Now, they've said you get a kill op. Kill op, like tac op, kill op, where you get rewarded for killing operatives. They mentioned the term kill grade. Don't know what that means, but presumably, you know, you're going to have to balance out elites versus hordes. So maybe the kill grade means that elites are a higher grade. So you get 2 VP for killing 1, whereas you only get 1 VP for killing a vet guard. Something like that, right? Lovely. Oh my god, there's so much to say. There are different ways to play. PvP, that's the normal. That's your approved ops. In the core book, you get solo and co-op mode. What? I'm not going to talk too much about it. I'm never going to play these. But I like that I can. And I'm a big fan of solo play. Even if I will probably never actually play, I like that it's there. I think solo play should be mandatory for all war games. It should just be there. If it's not, it's weird. They talk about you can procedurally generate the enemies that you're going to fight in that solo and co-op. You play against them solo or co-op. Kind of implies that a solo mission and a co-op mission are the same. And they are going to release free mission packs to add to those missions. Cool. Right. Tempestus Aquilons. The tagline here is victory through faith and firepower. I guess you need faith to jump out of a plane, so I'll take that. Oh, okay, this is the bit where I swore at them. So one of the guys on there, Wade, don't know who that is. We haven't seen him in a kill team thing before. If you know who Wade is, let me know. He says, elite even within the elite. Great, thanks. Honestly, right, Warhammer, not everything can be elite within the elite. Do you understand that? It's relative. If everything is elite, everything can't be elite. It's okay. Let's calm down. No need to swear. It's fine. Right. They drop in from Valkyries. They can have power packs instead of cables. Aquilons drop in. Scions don't. Good narrative, mate. Well done. They have a drop insertion. I've already told you this. I've told you all of that. I don't need to tell you any more about them. Lovely. Okay. Vespid Stingwings tagline was victory through the swarm's strength. Okay. So, it implies that Vespids are allowed to commit war crimes in the narrative because, of course, the Tau don't do that. But, hey, they can't control their auxiliaries. Or can they with the commune helm? Yes, they can. But whatever. So apparently the models themselves are super dynamic, really big wings, glow up. And sure enough, we just looked at those models. I mean, that's the big question. Are they 25s, 28s, or 32s? Pass. No clue. So they all fly. It's the most mobile team in the game. It's a glass cannon team. And there's some sort of function mechanic where if you move, your guns get more powerful. Presumably this will be, you know how there are often abilities that say, in a turn in which you've charged, do a thing, right? Or, get lethal 5. I'm going to guess, in a turn in which you have moved, your gun gains lethal 5. Something like that, right? There you go. That just instantly makes the gun significantly more powerful. You always want to move before you shoot. Very simple, but also suddenly makes it absolutely key to that army faction team that you move. Nice. I like it. Or maybe they get more funky with the fly ability and say every time a model in your team goes up or down 2 inches in its movement, in its move, your gun gains. That suddenly seems very awkward. They won't do that. There you go. And then their special ability, as I said, is communion points. Because you're the Tau handler, you spend the points to do the other thing. Yep, cool. They either have to attack the closest model, they can't do mission actions, or you spend a communion point to do that. The Shade Strain has a ghost rig. It goes invisible, over 6 inches, can't be targeted. Also has neutron grenades. The Swarm Guard has the Flamer. Sky Torch ability, which is you fly over something and they get flamed. They take an attack, mortals, who knows, when you fly over them. And you have fly. But if you're only a 6-inch move, that's not great. But who knows? Whatever. Maybe there be 8? Who knows? And then Sky Blast, neutron power grenade launcher, creates token of radiation. I already mentioned that. Whew. Awesome. Done. And with so at the 11:50 mark, is there a way for me to bring this up for you? Let me get this up on screen for y'all. Here we go. Let me make sure you can see it. Okay, yes, buddies. Now we're chatting. This is where we kick off. Nobody's here at this point in the video, so but I'm gonna do it. This turned up in the screen. What do we got? Scouting Step 1, Equip. Scouting Step 2, Ploy. Scouting Step 3, Reposition. And the Kill Op. Equip, select what, you know what, I'm going to do this in a separate video because this is actual mechanics. The leak is here because it's officially leaked. That'll be a separate video. I'm going to go read this. I just saw it posted in my Discord. I haven't read it yet. But there you go. Cool. Well, awesome. I will do another video where we discuss whatever the hell was on those cards, because that seems fire. This is like, if you were there 3 years ago, Squint Team Octarius. Oh, man, we love squinting. But that wasn't squinting, that was an HD squint. But yeah, I'm really excited to read through that, see what we can glean from it. Anyway, everybody, thank you for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, I'd like to give you a big triple hello. Wow, wasn't that wholesome? Honestly, thank you so much for watching to the end of this video. If you're here, that's amazing of you. I wouldn't have survived getting through this, my God. But if you, for some reason, think I have 29 minutes of value, shit, man, you're awesome. Thank you. Check out my previous video where I did a really hilarious comedy-based reaction to the cinematic trailer. To clarify, everybody thought I was saying I didn't like it. The joke was that go watch it. Anyway, I thought it was an amazing trailer, to clarify. And I guess watch out for tomorrow, I guess, where I'm going to do that, read through and guess at what those new rules mean. Yeah, shape's gone. 3 rules. Shit.